Tough afternoon yesterday. It was a tough night, and there's lots to be done today in the coming weeks. I want to briefly say what the Colorado Springs Police Department's two priorities are in the upcoming days and weeks. First and foremost is to take care of our victims of this horrible tragedy. We've, through the mayor's leadership, developed a pretty good game plan on how we're going to do that in the upcoming days. So we'll be releasing some information about that soon. So that's the first priority. The second priority is to do as thorough and complete an investigation of this crime that we can. And there are a lot of moving parts with the crime scene, and literally dozens and dozens and dozens of victims and witnesses. So we're working our way through that. I do ask that the media show some patience, and we will release information as soon as we can. One of the things that we're being asked a lot about is the names of our victims, and that'll be released upon a conclusion of an autopsy, most likely early on Monday. And at that point, we'll have positive identification of our victims, and that's the game plan for when we can release that information. I finally want to say how proud I am of our first responders, the Colorado Springs Fire Department, the police department, but literally another dozen or two of other agencies, big and small, that came out yesterday afternoon, and some are still on scene. It was just amazing to see that.
Hi. I noticed that we have federal officials here. I'm wondering if this case is being investigated as a case of domestic terrorism.
So I'm John Walsh. I'm the United States Attorney here in Colorado, and I just want to begin answering that question by saying that there was really extraordinary courage and determination shown yesterday by the first responders on the scene that prevented, in all likelihood, a much greater loss of life. And I want to say, first, from the federal side, thank you to all of those first responders for an incredible job. Our role on the federal side, and it's not just the U.S. Attorney's Office and the Department of Justice, but also the FBI, ATF, and other federal agencies, is to be in support of what is going on with the Colorado Springs Police Department and state and local law enforcement. A federal investigation will proceed, but our job first and foremost is to assist the state and local authorities and make sure that there is justice done in that case. Thank you.
I mentioned briefly that we've had a lot of outside resources come in. One of the people is Mr. Tom Ravenel, one of the supervisors for the FBI. He's offered incredible resources that we've taken advantage of to actually process the scene. Had officers out there yesterday, and just lots of things to actually control the situation. And now that we're in the investigation phase, he's been right in the front seat of what we're doing. We had a meeting this morning with all the investigators, kind of a lead meeting to see what direction we needed to go and how to prioritize all the questions we need to get answered. Now, he's been front and center on that. So, Tom, thank you very much, sir.